Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Robin. Today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial for you guys. I absolutely love makeup. I adore it. I feel like that's my God-given talent. So while we're on this whole quarantine thing, I've just been in the house, so I'm like, why not make a video, right? So again, this is the time of the COVID-19, and everybody's been in the house or, just been bored. So I'm just like, okay, why don't I just do a video about something, bright and vibrant and stuff like that. So I'm going to be playing around with some colors from the Profusion Cosmetics palette. This is their festival palette. I believe they have a few other palettes, but I'm going to be using the festival one. Just playing around with some bright colors. I'm not sure exactly what colors I want to use, but wherever my feelings take me, those are the colors I'm going to use. Okay, so please excuse me if I sound nervous or if I'm acting nervous. I'm going to try not to ramble, because when I am nervous I talk a lot. So, and I also talk with my hands, as you can see. But anywho, as you can see, I've already filled in my brows. If you guys ever want a tutorial on my brows, on how I sculpt my brows, please let me know. Leave your comments down below, and I will try to get that video made for you. So yeah, I've used, I know it may look like a black color on camera, but it's not. It's a dark brown, and this is the brow pencil that I use. I believe it's called Gabriella. I just get it from my beauty supply store here in Chattanooga. And then after I fill in my brows, I take the Elf Cosmetics. This is their mascara gel, their like setting brow gel. So I use that. I've already prepped and primed my skin with my primer and everything. So now, and I've also set my makeup, and not set my makeup, but set my eyelids with the Airspun. I have this open, so I'm just holding the top like that. This is the Airspun translucent powder, and I believe the shade that I use is the Naturally Neutral. It's the color 7011. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I've also mixed this in with my Revolution setting powder. This is their baking powder, and you can get this from Ulta, and like most of the time they have it on sale for like $4.99, $3.99, but I think the original cost is like $8.99. But it's very good. I've been using it for like a year and a half now. I will be going over everything with you, all the products that I use and everything. So I guess we can just go ahead and get started. So since my eyelids are already set and everything, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Festival palette, if I can get this open. So these colors are so pretty. They're so bright. I have not used this palette yet. As you can see, the plastic is still on here. So I'm going to take this off. Okay, so they do not have the colors written on them like that. I know how some palettes have the name written under the shade, but they do not have that. They have it written on the plastic, all those little words. So I'm gonna try to get these colors right, but if not, I'll just point to them. So I'm going to take my Elf brush. This is the eyeshadow contour brush. So I'm going to take that, and I believe I'm just going to go ahead and go in with maybe I'm going to go in with this pink shade right here, that hot pink shade. And I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm just swirling my brush in just like that, getting, a good amount of product on my brush. And then I'm going to take my little mirror. This is what I'm going to be looking in over here. So I'm going to knock some of that excess color off so we won't have too much fallout. I've never used this palette, so I don't know if they have fallout or not, but we will see. I'm just looking down here in my mirror. I'm going to go ahead and go in. And I'm just going to be using this as a transition shade. And we're going to be using that windshield wiper motion. Just packing that right in that lid area. This is going on very smooth. Very smooth, not too much fallout at all. I've had my fair share of eyeshadow palettes that is just not good at all, but this one's very good. So the color is very pigmented, very pretty, very bright. I feel like that's what we need in this day and age, just something, you know, bright, colorful, fun, you know. So I've packed that in there pretty well. Just gonna go back and forth a little bit more. I'm gonna try not to cover the camera. Just looking down here in this little mirror. Okay, so yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. Like, not a lot of fallout at all. Like, I had a little bit here on my cheek, but that is it. It's very good. And I really like this brush just because it's very dense and it helps to, you know, really pack that color onto the lid. I'm going to go ahead and do this other eye. Getting that color right in there. Again, this is just for that transition shade in the crease. And I'm getting ready to go nowhere. I'm literally just doing this tutorial just because I've been sitting at home bored, you know, watching TV, watching YouTube tutorials back to back, and I'm just over it. And I'm like, I need to do something different before I lose my freaking mind. And I'm not the type of person to just sit in the house and do nothing. I always like to be on the go, always like to be doing something, you know. But when everything's shut down, it's like, can't really do anything, you know. So I'm going to take just a little bit more in this crease. Just a little bit brighten that area up a little bit more. And as I'm going, I'm trying to see what color I should pair with this pink color. I don't know what should be my actual lid shade. Let me see. I wish they had, well, actually, well, it's not a matte purple, but I think I'm gonna play around with this purple here. This is more like a shimmery purple. They don't have a matte purple. They have a matte lilac, but I believe that's too, I think that'll be too light for my lid. So I think I'm just gonna go with this purple shade here, this shimmer. And I think the shimmer will look very pretty on the lid. I'm gonna take my, I believe this was a Morphe brush. It's an angled blending brush. So I'm gonna take this. This is a angled, like I said, so, and also very dense. I love dense brushes because I feel like it applies better, more than like a, or better than like a floppy brush. So I'm gonna go in and take some of this purple shade here, knock some of that excess off, go in with purple. So that kind of showed up a little bit, but I'm gonna take just a little bit more. I'm gonna wipe this brush off just so I can pick up a little bit more. So I got a little bit on my brush. There we go. It's packing on now, so. And I'm just really just wanting to blend this all together. I feel like the more I look at this, it's giving me more like a sunset vibe, you know, very, you know, sunsets can still be bright, but very pretty, very cool. And I'm gonna take this from the inner corner of my lid all the way to the outer corner of my lid. and just blend. And as you can see, you know, the more that I blend these colors, it kind of marries in. Well, the more that I blend the purple shade, it kind of marries in with the hot pink or the fuchsia, whatever. It's kind of looking a little fuchsia to me. I don't know. But I'm going to take a little bit more of that purple, pack it in here. Okay. All right. That looks good to me. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with the other eye. I am so happy that this does not have a lot of fallout, like, at all. I'm not going to name the product, but I literally bought, like, 5 palettes from this one company that I'm not going to name. But I had the hardest time with those palettes with so much fallout. Oh my gosh. Like, I feel like I was wasting so much product. Like, more was getting on my cheeks down here, more than it was on my actual eyelids. So, you know, they had a sale going on, and, you know, like 50 to 70% off their palettes. And I'm like, wow. So I wanted to rack up, and I've heard everybody who used this palette, it's a very big brand. Everyone who used this palette, you know, kind of like raved over it and, you know, spoke so good about it. But I'm just like, I don't know if I just got a bad batch or what, but it didn't work so well for me. You know, the colors are very pretty. Don't get me wrong. The colors are fabulous. Like, I love them, but just the fallout is just the worst part. But, you know, whatever. You live and you learn. So, okay, so I am just about done with this lid over here. And these blended out so well. Again, the pigment is amazing. Very smooth, you know, not doing too much. So now that I have my base down, I'm going to go ahead and go in with a kind of brow shade to highlight the brow, kind of pop that brow bone out a little bit more. So I'm going to take, this is from Essence. This is a brush from Essence. I got these brushes from Ulta Beauty. And this is the Smoky Eyes brush, but I'm not going to use it for smoking out. I'm just going to use it just to highlight that brow bone because it's very, you know, thin at the top. So, you know, and I'm going to go ahead and go in with, I think I want to use, I'm torn between this shade here and this one to highlight the brow bone. I think I'm going to go in with this pretty gold shade, because I really, really love gold. It pops with my skin tone. I just think so. I think it looks good. So I'm gonna go in and highlight that brow bone to pop that out. I'm just gonna do, again, that windshield wiper motion, because I still want these two colors to blend. I want that brow bone to pop, but I don't want it to be, you know, a harsh line between the two colors. So I'm going to kind of just blend that out with the fuchsia pinkish color that we did in the beginning. So yeah, I don't know if you can really tell on camera, but that is really popped out. So I'm going to go in and do the other brow bone. Again, just smoking out those two colors, just marrying them together so there won't be any harsh lines between the two. Okay. Okay. So we are done with this palette for now. Sit this back down here. So after that, I like to go in with liquid eyeliner to kind of give me a little bit more definition with my eyelids. I don't like to just leave them blank. I probably won't do a wing because I feel like that's just doing a little bit too much. So I'll probably just do, you know, kind of like a simple line across the top. And the liner that I use, the liquid liner, is by Elf Cosmetics. And then this is in the color Jet Black. So, and you can literally get this from Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, you know, it's just drugstore. That's pretty much everything that I use. All the products I'm gonna use today is mainly drugstore. So I'm gonna go in and just go ahead and make that line. And I like my liner a little bit thicker, like a thicker line. But I know some people, they like theirs thinner. So you pick your poison on that. But I like a thicker line. I really, when I do makeup, I like a bold look. I don't, it's very rare that I do, you know, like a natural beat face, unless I'm going, you know, to work. Of course, I'm not going to do the whole dramatic look. But if I'm going out, you know, just to hang out with friends or something like that, most of the time I'm going to be like beat to the gods just because I'm extra. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to do this other lid here. And it's not, I say I'm extra, but it's not like extra where I'm just doing too much all the time. But when I wear makeup, I want people to notice, you know. So I can't believe it took me to be trapped in the house to make a freaking YouTube video. That's just cray cray. But maybe this is God's way of telling me, okay, look, you've been talking about doing a YouTube video. I'm gonna trap your ass in the house and you're gonna make one. Instead of just keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. Because this is something I've always wanted to do. I've wanted to make a YouTube channel for quite a few years now, but I'm not gonna say I haven't been motivated, because I have made videos, I've just never posted them. Like, I'll record and I would just make excuses, like just bullcrap excuses, like I don't like the sound of my voice, I don't like to hear myself, but you know, I don't know. So yeah. Okay, so I'm all done. Again, I like a thicker liner. Just give me a little bit more definition. I'm going to, my eyelids are still a little wet, so I'm gonna dry them a little bit. Excuse my little bracelets. Try to hold those. Okay, so that's just about dry. Man, I know I've said it like 1,000 times, but I can't believe I don't have any like major fallout. Like, oh, this is crazy. I like that so far. With makeup, you gotta trust the process, okay? I know right now I look super crazy, but just trust the process. It'll all come together. So for the next step, I'm going to be using I forgot the name. these are called Pretty Pink. Pretty Perfect Mink lashes. So I was in, there's a story behind this, but basically, long story short, I was in Atlanta for church, and we went to dinner one day after church, and there was these girls selling like African style like head wraps, and which you will see my head wrap at the end of this video, and then also they were selling like lashes, what else was it, sunglasses, and just, you know, girly things like that. They were just kind of hustling in the restaurant that we were in, and I'm like, oh my god, you know, I like this and I like that, so I wanted to support the girls. So these are her lashes. You guys can follow her. Her Instagram name is Pretty Perf Experience. So I'll be sure to link them down below. But anyways, this is like her little cute business card here, and she has like a little front and back. Her Instagram name, Facebook name, they're all listed below. So anyways, I'll have those below in the description box. And so I'm gonna go ahead and apply my lashes. These are the 25 mm lashes. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these on. And the glue that I use is not a regular, you know, adhesive, but I like this glue. You can get it from your beauty supply store. I'm pretty sure Sally's even sell it. So this glue is just amazing. I believe this is mainly like for hair, but anywho, it sticks on very well for me with my lashes. So I feel like they're not gonna fall off or anything like that. So I'm gonna grab a Q-tip out of my little Q-tip jar. So yeah, go ahead and put these on. I've never had the 25 mm lashes before, but I wanted to try them, and they were really at a good price too. So, and she was even wearing these same exact pair, and I'm like, I want what you got, girl. So I put a little bit of coating, a little coat of the glue on the band. So I'm just gonna kind of let that dry and get tacky. I hope you guys really like my video so far. And when I wear lashes, I kind of like to round them out a little bit just to go along with my with the shape of my eyelids. So I kind of just do this little thing, kind of round them out. And wow, they applied really well. Oh my gosh. Yes, this is cute. This is cute. I love them. So these are my first time wearing these, and I've had them for about 2 weeks, I believe. And they've just been in the box. I've been waiting on this moment to like wear these. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. And I love a long, thick lash, like obsessed. I don't wear the thin, you know, again, I like the natural beat face, you know, don't get me wrong, I love it. But when I wear makeup, I go full glam, like full glam. Yes, these are amazing. And they're so lightweight, but you know, these are so cute. I love them. Okay, so let me go ahead and apply this other lash on. And again, I just take a little Q-tip, dip it down in the glue, and I'll just go along the band just like that. And I go a little bit heavier with the glue towards the end of the band, just because you don't want anything popping up. Like the inner corners popping up or anything. That's the worst. So, and that's the main reason. Well, that's one of the reasons why I don't wear like the regular, like, what do you call it? Duo adhesive, you know, stuff like that. Because I just feel like my eyelashes are just going to blow off. And I'm like, who wants that? And to keep reapplying, like, say if you're, you know, at dinner or hanging out with the girls or something like that, and your eyelash starts, you know, flip up. And I'm like, no. I'd rather just be secure with these. And another thing I like about these lashes is not only do they apply easily, they, the band is super strong. So you're not like constantly trying to readjust where you've placed your, where you've placed the lash at. Wow, these are simply amazing. Simply amazing. I really like them. They're really cute. Okay, so lashes are done. So far, this is where we are. I like it. I like it. Okay, so now lashes are done. So now it's time to work on the skin. I am going to go ahead and do my color correcting with the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is in the shade Orange. And when you have a darker complexion like I do, orange works better. Or if you're more fair skin complected, you'll probably want more of a green to kind of hide the redness, or purple to kind of hide, I forgot what the purple is for. But I know the green hides the redness or whatever. So this is kind of like, I have blemishes from acne, you know, acne marks and stuff like that. So I just go in, and this has like a little brush. I feel like everyone and their mom uses the LA Girl Pro Concealer, or if not, has started with it. So it kind of, you just squeeze the tube and it comes out on the little brush at the top. So I go in and go ahead and correct some of these marks that I have on my face from acne. And then this does also help with hyperpigmentation. I know some girls, well, me myself too, kind of have like discolored skin tones. You may be lighter in some areas, some darker in some areas too. So I like to kind of go around my nose and kind of up to my eye, my bottom lid, and stop there. And then of course you just saw me highlight around my mouth. As you can see, I have like a darker area here. And I like to go ahead and correct that, just because when you put on makeup, you don't want to seem like you have like like a 5 o'clock shadow or something like that. So for some reason I'm just darker around my lips, but I know some darker skin girls, brown skin girls, have a little bit of an issue with that. So okay, so that's all I'm going to do. There's a little bit of dark marks up here. Okay. So now I'm gonna go in, just go ahead and take this brush from Morphe. This is kind of like a little blending brush. I just kind of swipe that everywhere. Gonna blend that out. And I'm just looking in my mirror right behind me, so And for these last little dots up here, just gonna blend that in really quick. I'm getting thirsty. Water break. Gotta stay hydrated, y'all. Okay, so I've color corrected my skin. Then I'm just gonna go in. Normally I like to go ahead and kind of set my color correcting with some spray. So I believe I'm just gonna go ahead and do that now. Just kind of set that a little bit, set that in place. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this off too, because I had to buy a new Black Radiance contour palette. If I can just take this off. Jeez, these things are like childproof. Y'all, I'm really struggling. Hold on. There we go. Jeez. It's a little piece of plastic. Okay, so we'll work with that next. Well, not next, but in a couple more steps after I'm done. So I'm going to go in with my Juvia's foundation. This is the I Am Magic foundation. Amazing. And to get my correct color, I like to use these two. So this is the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 368. This is the deep golden. So I mix these two together just to get my perfect shade. So with the Juvia's, I'm actually almost out of this, but I'm gonna have to get a refill soon. But I just like to squeeze a little bit on my fingertip. You do not need a lot of this foundation at all. It covers so much. So I like to take a little dot here, nose, chin, and the rest I just kind of apply on my cheek. And then, so that's all I use for that one. And then I like to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me. And for this one, this is a little bit more like waterier, or is it more watery? Watery. Okay, yeah. So I take a little bit of this on my wet, damp beauty blender. Not wet, damp, just a damp beauty blender. And I clean my beauty blenders every single time I use them. Every single time. So I'm gonna go in, hit the cheeks here, all the places that I didn't go with the, what do you call it? The Juvia's place. So I'll mix that in together. And these two just kind of give me my perfect shade that I'm looking for, because I have yet to find a perfect shade. I always have to go in and mix something. So I'm going to take this all around. And I have some people who I know that do not clean their beauty blender every time. They use it like maybe 2 or 3 times and then wash it. I have to wash mine every single time, because if not, I can tell with the way my foundation applies. And then I can also tell after a couple days, and I'm like, I see all these pimples, you know, popping up, and I'm just like, should have cleaned that damn beauty blender. But anyways, yeah. I should have took these. I need to take these bracelets off, but they're making a little bit too much noise. So, and both of these, both of the what do you call it, foundations that I use, they're both full coverage. And this is more of a matte. So if you have dry skin, I would not recommend that. Maybelline has several foundations to choose from for like oily, dry, or combination skin. So I have more of a oily skin. So I, of course, use a matte foundation. Okay, I'm gonna take these bracelets off really quick because it's actually starting to get on my nerves. So you want to make sure that you blend your foundation. Blend, blend, blend. And of course you want to blend down the neck. And blend with your hairline, y'all. Blend the hairline. If you don't get anything else out of today's video, blend down to the neck with your foundation. And get the ears too. Because there ain't nothing like a side view of someone and their makeup is stopping right here. Stop. Cut it. Okay. You gotta make sure you get every nook and cranny of your face. Okay. Get this nose one more time. And blend. Get the nose, y'all. Okay. All right, so we're good there. Foundation is done. Now you want to go in for your highlight. I'm going to go back in with the Fawn, the LA Girl Pro Concealer, what I use to highlight my eyebrows. I'm going to go in. Highlight underneath the eyes, down the nose, of course the forehead you want to get, and highlighting the chin just a little, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a different beauty blender. I forgot, is this by, I think this is like a Walmart brand, like Equate. These are like $4 or whatever. And then this is also by Equate. So these, as you can see, have a different texture to them. I believe this is more like the sponge type, and this is the other type of beauty blender. It's a sponge and something, but anyways, I believe this is the other one, not the sponge. But I like the one that's more squishy and more expandable. These may be the same ones, but just a different fabric, I don't know. So this is also damp and clean, so I'm gonna go in and blend in my highlight. I just kind of run this across the lip too. I'm gonna go ahead and get the nose. And then I like to go straight up just like that to the forehead. Okay. Now that that's all blended out, I'm gonna go ahead and I was gonna say highlight again. I'm gonna go in. I think I want to, what do I want to do? Do I want to bake and then do my contour? Yeah, I think I'm gonna bake first. So I'm gonna take this beauty blender here, and I'm gonna go in under and bake. Because if I do not bake, y'all, I'm telling you, I will crease. I will crease right under my eyelid. And that's the worst. I go in under the nose too. Okay. Oh, and again with the baking powder that I'm using is the Airspun translucent powder in the color naturally neutral, and then I also take the Revolution baking powder too, and then this is the shade Terracotta. Again, you can get this from Ulta Beauty, and then the Airspun you can get from Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, it's drugstore again. So I'm gonna go up and bake there and here. Okay, I think that's enough. All right, so I'm gonna let that bake, and then now I'm gonna go in and carve out with the True Complexion, the contour palette by Black Radiance. And I'm gonna go in, where is my, here we go. I'm gonna use this brush. This is also by Elf Cosmetics. This is their, I don't know the name of this, but it's more like a dense flat brush. It's very flat. I'm gonna go in with this shade here, the contour. Gonna dab in there. I really hope this is not too dark. So I'm gonna cut that like that. Just like that, and then I'm gonna go on my head. Just a little bit like that, not too much though, okay? So, after that, I'm gonna go ahead and blend. This is by Morphe. This is their blush brush, but I'm gonna use this just to wipe away my contour. Kind of blend that. You want to blend up. Okay. And go in and do the other side. Blend up again. Go ahead and I know some people like to go in and contour the nose, but I don't. Also, with that same brush, I'm going to go ahead and dust away my baking. And as you can see, very bright under the eyes, which is what you want. You don't want to be looking like a zombie. And of course, last but not least, you want to blend down the nose. Okay. All right, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and take just a regular, this is another Morphe brush. I don't like how this is looking right here, so I'm gonna fade that out. It's a little bit too much of a harsh line for me, for my liking. Blend out some of that pink that was kind of standing out there. There we go, that's a little bit better. Yeah, I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna take some more of that pink shade and I'm gonna go right underneath my lash line. I'm gonna take a very, very thin brush. I'm gonna take this one. This is also by Morphe. This is a very thin eyeshadow brush. So I'm gonna go in with that more hot pink fuchsia color that we had earlier. Kind of knock some of that excess off. First, I'm gonna get underneath. Take this brush. Okay. Kind of smoke out that under eye a little bit more with that pink. Yeah, I like that. Go in and do the other eye. Okay, so we are officially done with this. Now I'm gonna go in with my mascara and I'm gonna just lightly dust. This mascara is also from Elf Cosmetics. It's the volume pumping mascara, and I believe this is also waterproof. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this one is waterproof. So I take this and I just take the tip of the brush and I lightly go across my lashes at the bottom. Just like that. Just give them a light dusting. Okay. Yeah, I like it. Let's see. There's something. Okay. Okay, so what next? Highlight. So I think I want to play around with this highlight right here that came with the Black Radiance. That's a very, very pretty shade. I like that. I'm going to kind of give you all a little preview of it on the back of my hand. Oh my gosh, look at that. Y'all see? Look at that pigment. Oh yeah, I'm using that. I'm definitely using that. Okay, so where is my brush? I'm trying to see, do I want to use a different one? I always use this one. I always use a tip right here, but I don't know if I want to use a different one today. No, I'm gonna use this one. Okay, so I'm gonna lightly go across here a couple times, and oh, that's pretty. That's very pretty. Let me see if I have that. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in a little bit more. That's pretty. And of course, you want to do some on your forehead, some on your chin. Then you're going to do some on the tip of the nose. Okay. And I'm going to take, I think I'm going to take a little bit of my, this is the Master Chrome by Maybelline. And I'm going to go in with the brush that we did the highlight with. Not the highlight, but the, well, to highlight the brow bone. I'm going to go in and take a little bit of that. I've used this so much, as you can tell, like it's almost hit pan, but I'm going to go in and highlight the inner corners of my eye here. Just for extra little pop. Okay. Now, last thing is to just do a lip, and I believe I'm just gonna go in with some Wet n Wild. This is kind of like a little nude color, just like that. Not too much because you've already done a lot with the eyes, so I'm gonna just go in. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, so I am done with my face. Only thing I have to do is set it, and then I use the this is the Maybelline New York Lasting Fix. This of course is also another matte product for people with oily skin. I love this. If I'm not using this, I either use the NYX setting spray, or I use the Rimmel London Stay Matte setting spray. This is really not my favorite. I really like this one the best. I actually just had to refill this today because I run out of my other bottle that I need to throw away. But yeah, I love this one. So I'm just gonna mist my face with this setting spray. Okay. So now, with that set, I'm gonna get my little fan out. Okay. So guys, that is the finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed my first YouTube video. I know there's a lot of things that I can work on as far as like trying to hold a conversation with you guys, but again, this is my first time making this video. So just I pray that you guys really like it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. Any type of content that you guys would like to see, feel free to also leave that down below in the comment box. Please like, comment, subscribe. There will be more videos to come. Hopefully, you know, I stay consistent with this. I love doing makeup and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope to see you guys back, and hopefully we can just grow this channel together. All right, guys, bye.